100%. I don't agree that the title race was over. Even if we lost today, I still wouldn't think the title race is over because I still think there's too many points on the board. There's not enough points on the board yet for us to say, oh no, you know what? I think we're out of this now. I think with this loss, we're out of it because we're too far into the season. We just started the season. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to say it's over. Of course, 100%. But I'm not happy with the second half. I think when we
Yeah.
came out, we were a bit more defensive. We were a bit more. Um, we went within ourselves and didn't really go out there and really do much. When the Gabriel injury happened, I could understand it because that Gabriel injury, obviously, I don't think it's a major injury, but
Yeah. Can I ask you a
yeah, go
question
ahead,
on
mate.
that? And I
Go
want to
ahead.
throw this to Rack, and then I want to get a bit of a group discussion.
Yeah.
My internet's going again. Let me know when you can see me. Honestly, the
No, you're
firebar.
fine.
I'm getting the lease line in soon. They did all the surveys for it. I can't wait. I'm getting 50 gigabyte up and down speed. There'll be no more issues. I can't wait. I didn't know. I don't know who it was. Someone in my comments about a month ago said get a lease line. I had no idea what it was, but thank you. I want to throw this question to Rack. There were times in this game where Liverpool seemed to sit back and let Arsenal attack, and then Arsenal seemed to sit back and let Liverpool attack. Which of the statements are true? Is it that Arsenal were pinning Liverpool back and Liverpool were pinning Arsenal back? Or did both managers decide at certain times of the game to concede that possession and try and play on the counter? Or is it a mixture of the two? Because I feel that, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And depending on how you feel about this result dictates maybe how you perceive it. How do you see that?
I mean, definitely after Arsenal scored, I think there was a conscious decision to sit back, absorb pressure, and maybe play on the counter attack a bit. And we've seen it from Arsenal in the past, and I think that's a legitimate tactic. I think it's fair enough. Arsenal obviously weren't full strength from the start, and once they're ahead, ultimately it's their prerogative to, if that's how they choose to play. I think that's a legitimate tactic, and I don't have any complaints about it. I know we play different under Slot than we did under Klopp. I just feel sometimes, and it's not just about this performance. I've seen in other performances as well. I feel like sometimes we say we're controlling, but we're being a bit passive. I saw a bit of it last week as well against Chelsea. Like, we're not. There were times when you need to be more aggressive. Like when Arsenal had all those players off the pitch, that was our time to capitalize on it. That was our time, not just to get the equaliser, to go and get the winner, because they were there for the taking. I'm convinced of it. The majority of the second half, they were there for the taking. If we played more aggressively, I think we could have definitely won the game. And that's why, like Sam said, I'm a bit pissed off, to be honest. There was 3 points there for the taking, and we didn't go for it. It reminded me a bit of. Do you remember till we played you guys? I think it's probably 3 or 4 years ago. We were going for the title. I think it was a season when we finished on 98 points and City had 99 or something, 97, 98. And Marcus Rashford got injured after 5 minutes. And then Man United lost a couple of other players to injury. And Klopp at that point thought, you know what? Going away to United, get a draw, that's a decent result. And ultimately, those 2 dropped points cost us the league. I don't know whether it's going to be as drastic, but there was an opportunity in that game. There was an opportunity in this game for us to capitalise on the fact that Arsenal didn't have their best players out. And I think it's clear to see it. Arsenal, they had definitely not a second, first choice centre back pairing, definitely not their first choice full back pairings. We had an opportunity to win the game, and we didn't go aggressively enough for that. Sometimes when we sit back, just going back to your question, sometimes when we sit back, I think maybe we tell ourselves that we're controlling the game a little bit, and you can control the game without the ball as well. We saw Mourinho do that numerous times over the years. But I just feel like sometimes we're a bit too passive and just, not really playing to our strengths.
It's inviting pressure, right? The thing is, and both teams done it. Inviting pressure. Why do you invite it? Like, I don't know why managers do it. Like, I understand if you want to. I understand controlling the game off the ball. You can do it, yeah. But when you play super back and then you just say, "All right, let's just sit in our box for a bit," like you just invite pressure, especially against a team that's very good. It's against a team that's like. If you want to do it at moments in a game where it's against a team which isn't as good, it's not a top 6 team that's playing very good and it's got dangerous players that can hurt you. I completely understand it, but against a big team, it's difficult.
But I also feel like Arsenal are more adept at doing that. Arsenal, there have been times over the last couple of years, You know, like probably the first half of last season, where Arsenal were maybe criticised for not being as adventurous going forward, but being proper solid at the back. We've like obviously the Klopp era is gone and done and gone now. But for the last 9 years, we haven't been playing like that. That's not, and I know Sam will probably laugh at our, you know, the intensity. The intensity is our identity, kind of motto, whatever you want to call it. But it has been. That's how we've approached most games. We haven't really been a team that's kind of sat back and been, you know, more passive like that. And that's why I kind of feel like maybe we've gone a little bit too far. Maybe you need to go a little bit too far back, and then, you know, 2 steps back, 1 step forward, kind of thing, or, you know, the other way around. But I don't know.
1 step
I
back,
just
2
wasn't happy
steps
with that.
forward.
Yeah, that one.
There you are.
I get that. I've got a couple of super chats here. I want to try and get random more people. We've got a lot of people backstage as well. This here says the refs aren't against one team, but it is hard not to think they are for specific teams that has a lot of money and never has bad decisions go against them and pays the refs to cover the games in their Listen, I think the paying refs to cover games in countries they're involved with, I understand why that creates a situation. I don't think they're cheating. I don't think they're cheating for City, though, at the same time as they're supposedly trying to kick City out of the league and fuck them up financially. That doesn't make, again, that doesn't make a good conspiracy in my humble opinion. You know, it's, you know, if the conspiracy is that a factory is poisoning the local water, but at the same time that business is trying to create a water product that it wants to sell to people that knows poisonous, isn't going to work, is it? It almost feels like counterproductive to do those things at the same time. So I don't think it's about helping City. I think City get things go their way sometimes, and there's a subconscious bias in it. And I think the manager has a part to do with that. And that's not a negative at Pep. I just think through the history of my life, Fergie influenced referees indirectly. It just happens. This happens in boxing. It happens in MMA. Certain fighters will just get certain decisions because of who they are, you know. And I think that sometimes, look what happened when the Usyk fought Tyson Fury. Any other fighter is getting waved off as knocked out, but they just gave him enough time because of who he is. It happens sometimes, but I don't think it's a conspiracy. Ram, what you saying, bro?
It's a weird game today. Very, very weird. I think both teams showed each other quite a lot of respect. And I'm going to agree fully with Rak and Hassam to an extent that it always seems like every game, whenever we are going ahead 1-0, we don't really try to extend that lead. We try to mainly focus on controlling the game. And I feel as though this team, even though it's shown its quality in controlling games, why not go for a second goal? Why not go for a third goal? And the momentum that we had when we scored our first goal and also the second goal, we just didn't build upon it. And it was pretty disappointing to see, especially in the last 15 minutes where it was like you had Skelly, Kivior, White, and I can't remember who your right back was. They had them all there and they were there for the taking. Darwin Núñez was running ragged that back line because the quality is not of Gabriel and Saliba's. Salah was doing what he could do best. But we didn't do enough. And I think, look, if you're talking to me on Friday about what was going to happen if I was going to take a draw, 100% draw at your rivals at the Emirates, I'd take it. We've taken points off of them. But given the circumstances, what happened during the game, I'm like, it's a missed opportunity. And it's a bit, you can say the same thing with Arsenal to an extent, because I don't think Arsenal fans thought we would play this badly today. And thought they had a couple of good chances that they could have taken. But at the end of the day, it was a pretty lackluster game from majority of our players, 2 individual brilliant moments for us. I think Konate overall was our best player, stopping Martinelli time and time and again. But at the end of the day, we just have to take on this result and just move on from it. We believe we got Brighton away in the League Cup this week, this midweek. So on to there, and then hopefully we'll go again in the next weekend.
I'm sure you will. And Trimless, are you disappointed with Arsenal today? Very good first half. Some saying maybe a little bit too passive in the second. How do you personally see it, mate?
Yeah, no, I am disappointed, and I agree with majority of the Liverpool fans' view of it, as we were just vulnerable that second half, and yeah, pretty much just was there for the taking. It was unfortunate. As I said in the group chat, the first half I was very comfortable. I was very pleased with the way we was playing. I was very positive going into the second half, and I just got lied to, innit? I don't know what Tet said to them, but as soon as literally the first 5 minutes, I was like, please don't go into a defensive shell of the dark arts and try and see out this 2-1. Please, guys, let's stay on the front foot. It's just like the mentality switched, and I'm like, why? Why would you want to switch the mentality? We didn't need to really change anything. A lot of people saying Liverpool played poorly. That's because you came to the Emirates, man. This wasn't Selhurst Park. Like, you came to the Emirates, innit? Like, this is a team that was going to do something. Like, we ain't lost that many games this calendar year. That this is your toughest test, obviously, from this in the slot
We're
situation.
only talking considering
You got
personnel,
out.
by the way. It's not disrespect. Don't take it that way.
No, I say no more. But obviously, Salah rose, and I said if Salah rises, then we're not gonna win the game. And he rose, didn't it? He rose, and obviously, when our backline just got sniped one by one, we had I would take a draw, because as soon as I saw Kolasinac come on the pitch, I knew it was going to be a long day. So I already said I would take a draw. I gotta say, I was very happy though with Partey. Very happy with Partey, because I was very nervous about him against Diaz. Diaz has been all right this season. I was very nervous, but Partey, thank you, bro. You actually played better than Gravenberch. You played in his natural position, so well done, my guy. And we'll move in it. We'll take the draw. Given the circumstances, as we said before the game, because of our current kind of like waving form, how we're playing, and the injuries are taken into consideration, and how Liverpool are playing, I will, with respect, I will take a draw. Obviously, because of how the game was, 2 games, either team could have won. So let's be real, a draw is the best thing. People asking Kolasinac in the comments, I wonder about Kivior in it. Kolasinac.
I think what you said
Rude, bro.
was damning. The fact that Partey in 2024 was playing as a right back, and I'm more pissed off at Luis Diaz because there was one moment where he got past him, and I was like, yes, do more of that, more of that. Get at him.
Can I be honest, right? I'm gonna call you.